Hello viewers, welcome to India Today. This is Maruti Acharya.
And I am Sanjay Ponappa.
And we just completed watching a Kannada film, Mithya.
See, ironically, of whatever is happening in it talks about grief. But still, it is beautiful. For me, it symbolically represents a person's heart and every direction it can go when it is dealing with grief. And just, wow, the experience was something.
Some movies you watch for enjoyment, some movies you watch for just entertainment purpose, some movies you watch for experience. Okay, it's not with the purpose to get an experience, but with experience, some movies leave a larger impact. So, Mithya is definitely one such movie, and it definitely deserves your love and respect. One dialogue which is very close to my heart, which is from Arjun Reddy, directed by Sandeep Reddy Vanga, where the grandmom character says, "Suffering is very personal. You know, let him suffer." That is the dialogue that she says, referring to Arjun Reddy.
Right.
So this movie has lot of themes regarding that. We will talk more in the detail.
This film has been produced by Rakshit Shetty under his banner Paramvah Studios. The film is written and directed by Sumanth Bhat. Very good job. Congratulations. The film stars Athish Shetty and Prakash Thuminad. These are new names, relatively new names. Prakash has Rampa from Kantara, the mischievous guy who was next to Rishabh Shetty in the film Kantara. He was the one who was teaching people to ride the bike. The music has been given by Midhun Mukundan, who previously worked on Rajbi Shetty's Toby, for people who wouldn't know. And the sound design is by Shreyank Nanjappa, if I'm saying it correctly. And the cinematography is by Udit Khurana.
We took so much time in giving everybody the credit because with this movie, definitely everybody deserves a lot of credit.
For sure.
And all of you, your love also.
For me, the things that worked primarily is the direction, the direction and story. Also, along with that, which acted like supplements. I felt like those were steroids that just buffed the story up. Is the cinematography and music.
Correct.
Because none of it was overused. Just the sweet spot, which even made a film like this, which is sad in a way. It ended up giving an experience for people. So,
what really makes the writing part of the movie better is metaphors. Every watching, I feel like if I watch the movie more, I will understand the better. Starting from the different kind of representation of turbulence, starting from fan to the railway tracks to the cycle tire. Every kind, the turmoil that the main character is going through is beautifully represented with visual representations, metaphors, and also sound design, which is actually complementing every mood.
the biggest metaphor that I picked from the film is Mithya himself. I felt like Mithya, the main character. Mithya is an 11-year-old boy who has gone through some traumatic incidents. Everything that he is going through just to get used to the new place, but can he get used to the new place? He's just trying to find a home for himself. For me, the metaphor I picked there is that Mithya is the heart. And everything that happened in the film for me seemed like something the heart would feel like doing when it is grieving.
Correct.
Be it aggression, be it finding an escape, be it craving for that love, be it not being able to open up to people. All these things happen when the heart is grieving, and I felt like Mithya being the heart is the biggest metaphor that was beautifully used. Once again, kudos to the director Sumanth.
Definitely. And this movie is more like a portrait, like a painting, because it talks to audience. There are multiple interpretations that you can take, multiple assumptions that you can make, and come up with beautiful. It is very impactful. And for me, the idea of the movie, which I felt like, is this comes out as a movie of suffering when you look at it, but it is a story of healing.
Right.
We have seen a lot of movies. There's a very thin difference between suffering and healing. If you follow the character, it feels like the character is suffering, but it is the process of healing. By the end, as an audience, you will also feel that some people might feel the movie is slow, it is dragged a little too much, but it is a beautiful setup leading to the position, because that is how suffering works. The presentation choice, the way the screenplay have written, and camera, everything is just complementing to show the mundaneness that everybody go through when they are in any sort of degree of trauma or suffering. So the process of healing is the reason why the choices were made, and it beautifully works. And for me personally, I also felt that this is one of the most suspenseful movies, especially the last 15-20 minutes
for
also.
sure. All of second half is basically suspense.
Exactly. Like, this is a very unconventional suspense that you usually don't expect. So that is where the writer and director beautifully shined. The last 10 minutes, I was like shaking. I don't want it, but I understand because it's children. It is just a crazy ride, trust me.
Yes, and the point that you spoke about, suffering or grief, I feel like they've shown the, 7 stages of grief, as they
Yeah.
say it, where there is, the
The
depression,
arc.
the arc,
Yeah.
depression, and ends with acceptance. I think the director has touched all the bases
Definitely.
with the screenplay in this film. Also, the very unconventional approach is, sprinkling so many questions, not answering
not
any of
answering
them.
it.
Because that is not the story.
Correct.
The story is about the boy who
Yeah.
himself doesn't know the answers. And that has also been very nicely represented in the
Definitely.
film.
And also, Sanjay, that could be one reason why people might have complaints with the movie because a lot of audience conventionally expect some kind of
Sure.
closure. With leaving a lot of questions, it's a great attempt, a very brave attempt to leave a lot of questions and just the feeling of it. It's the movie, the feeling of the movie is like when the first time you're learning swimming, right? There is that feel of drowning, you being pulled out, but you're also struggling. It's the feeling of it. There's no other emotion or any closure that is going to define that.
Yes.
So it's a very brave choice, I must say.
And talking about the technical departments, starting with cinematography, the brilliant landscapes, the scenic locations in Udupi are
Udupi.
all caught beautifully. Along with it, with the tight frames.
Yeah.
Each and every expression, it is like giving the platform for the performer to go all out.
All out.
See, I had one, it can be a complaint, it can be otherwise as well, because like I said, the editor also gives room for the performer to complete their performance. At some points, honestly speaking, I felt like this scene could have ended like a few seconds earlier, 5 seconds earlier, 10 seconds earlier, because it is just reactions after a point.
Correct.
So I felt like the film could have been a little more crisp as well.
Correct.
But then also I understand why the editor would have taken that choice, why the director would have taken that choice. It is giving that platform for the performer to finish the act.
Correct.
It is also adding some value in terms of, letting the audience in on what they are feeling even after the dialogues are over.
And with till the last moment also I was feeling this might be a sad ending, but it's absolutely not. There are very few movies where the ending is not sad but still leaves audience with thinking.
Yes.
So that's a brilliant thing to achieve, which the makers of this movie definitely did.
Mithun, played by Athish Shetty. My God, for such a young child to have such amazing talent.
Yeah.
Yes, we've seen all the Shettys mingle with kids, bring them into the screenplay, make them an integral part of the story. And yes, they have, given chances to really talented kids. And that continues here as well,
Yeah.
because this young talent did such a wonderful job. I wouldn't be I would wholeheartedly say that this kid carries the film on his
Yeah.
shoulders. I feel like this kid should be nominated for the national awards
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
year in the
definitely.
category of the best child performance.
I agree.
Wow, just wow.
The kid was really, really good, and Prakash Anna has been my favorite. I've been telling. I am recently exposed to Kannada movies, but Prakash Anna is gonna stay with me. He's a very, very, very brilliant actor, and there are some scenes where he beautifully shines.
He was that lovable
Yeah.
character on the screen. Even the wife was also very accepting. She
Correct.
also did her part. She was also looking out for the kid.
Yeah.
But she also took her time to open up. But this guy, right from the get go, has been there for the kid. And the portrayal is just, it warms your heart. Along with that, everybody else who are a character in this film have done justice to the role they've been given. Everybody has played their part, which makes this film a fully performance wise,
Correct.
it is, very satisfying.
And overall, I will repeat myself again. This movie talks about topics in a very unconventional way. Might trigger a lot of people. It talks about how the kind of conversations that parents have in front of children and what kind of impact that has. Not just that, the kind of surroundings, everything that a child and the impact on children it has. It is not going to be a easy ride. It is going to put you in the most uncomfortable positions. It is going to disturb you. Irrespective, it is going to stay with you. And to all our Kannada subscribers, we genuinely feel like movies like these deserve a lot of love and appreciation. It is in your nearest theaters. Please do go watch and support cinema.
This film is definitely not the commercial templated films that you go and watch. All of this, which I am letting you guys know right ahead. But irrespective of all that, I would still personally request you all to go watch this film, help out the makers, bring out more such innovative, creative
Correct.
content so that more such good films get the deserved limelight and more such films are made in the Kannada film industry. Let us know your opinion because your judgment could be different from us. That is always there. But for this film, I am personally requesting you all to please go and watch this film. Give it the deserved love that it requires.
And thank you for all the love and support that you've been showing on our reviews, reactions, and everything. With all the trust you have on us, this movie is definitely worth your time. Not just this movie, every movie that interests you with the teaser, trailer reaction, or any of our conversations. I think industry needs us more than ever. So whichever movie that you feel interesting should go watch it in theaters and support. To support us and watch more of our content, hit the like button, share, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel.